Happy June 1st, everybody. There is a lot to go over. We're wasting no time. It's time to get into all the madness that went down today, and we have some NBA Finals to talk about, but that's going to have to wait. Kick back, relax, because a very jam-packed episode of Unbiased is live, and it starts right freaking now. Good evening, everybody. Happy Monday, and welcome into another episode of Unbiased, only here on 609 Sports Talk Radio, coming to you guys live from a beautiful Hamilton, New Jersey on this June 1st. And as always, this is the show to come for all of your unbiased sports talk needs, which is, of course, what we provide you guys. And as always, we are your hosts, Sam Nelson, Tyler Adams. Tyler, I want to ask how we're doing. I think I know the answer.
It's over. It's June 1st. Happy June 1st. No time wasted.
It wasn't even a half hour. It literally could have became official at 4:01, and at 4:16 we got the news. So look, we are going to dive into the madness that the NFL gave us today. They overdosed on breaking news. I think Adam Schefter has 2 dislocated thumbs, even though one of the trades they've had bookmarked in their Twitter for about 6 months now. We are going to get into some NBA Finals predictions later on in the show. We'll talk about that. We're going to play Beat the Grid in honor of today, since the NBA Finals begins on Wednesday and the NFL decided to overdose on breaking news. We are going to do an NFL Beat the Grid and an NBA Beat the Grid. So we'll do that at the end of the show. However, Tyler, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. And the first thing up, I'm just the saga. I'm not complaining about the player. The saga is over. Yeah. In a trade that has been, it feels like 6 months in the making. A.J. Brown is a New England Patriot. The Eagles have traded the wide receiver to New England for a 2028 first-round pick and a 2027 fifth-round pick. Good evening, Zolt. Help all as well with your money. Zolt? The Patriots get
news day if you're a 49ers fan.
Well, they have a slow news day every day. Patriots get their wide receiver 1. Eagles get their draft compensation. Eagles get off of A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown does carry some dead cap hits. It will be about $16 million in 2026 and about $27-ish million, I believe, next year. But after June 1st this year was the easiest way for the Eagles to keep the cap a little lower. In an exit message on his Instagram, A.J. Brown did say, "Eagles Nation, thank you for welcoming my family and me with open arms from day one. This city, this locker room, and this fan base will always hold a special place in my heart. To my brothers in that locker room, thank you for going to battle with me every single day. The memories we made together on and off the field are something I will carry with me forever. To the coaching staff, trainers, equipment staff, cafeteria workers, and the cleaning crew, thank you for everything you do behind the scenes to keep us going. There are so many people in the building who make it possible for us to go out there and compete, and I'm grateful for all of you. Playing for the city has been an honor, and I am thankful for every moment I had in Midnight Green. Thank you, Philly. Much love always. God bless 11." Tyler, the chat is exploding.
The chat is exploding. What's going on, Kaylee?
What's up, Kay?
Anthony.
Anthony, what's going on?
There's
Anthony,
there's a scenario they could,
there are scenarios that could.
but I
Kaylee said
don't
now
need
that
them to do that.
Kaylee said now that AJ is wearing number one of the Patriots, do we finally believe there is real beef with him? You know, he wore number one in college,
Yeah,
and it was already taken in Tennessee, and it was already taken. And by the time AJ was traded here, Jalen had already switched to one. So Patriots are his favorite team as a child. His college number is one. But you know what? AJ is the king of the cryptic messaging. So you know what? I wouldn't put it past him. I'm going to go onto my personal belief. No.
yeah. I'm gonna say no as well. There's no beef, no hard feelings with.
Anthony, this is the worst kept sports secret of 2026.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he wanted to go. Now, I mean, I don't want to start it by saying that the saga's finally over. I get it. It's been a nightmare, even during last season. But I just want to say thank you to AJ Brown for what he's done in this city, on this team, won a Super Bowl with them. Last year got a little messy. For the most part, he still showed up. He showed up year in, year out before that. And yeah, I like to see the appreciation that he showed for, the team, the staff, everybody in that building. So, I don't it's not it's almost bittersweet. It's not really, things were on bad terms. I'm sure, he probably had some people he might have been on bad terms with, but he wanted to change. He said it after they won the Super Bowl. He wasn't happy. That didn't do it for him.
I'll never understand that Instagram
So,
messaging.
hey, everyone's got their own life. Everyone's got their own thoughts and ways of how they want things to go. If AJ Brown wanted differently, so be it.
Yeah. No, look, I'm not. I know we've had conversations on Birds of the Gridiron with this through so many freaking weeks. There he is. Come on, because I've had it with you. You want to talk about this stuff now? I want you to give me your thoughts on it because you think that I'm Mister Drive him out of the city. Come on now, I want the heat on my airways now. But yeah, exactly. This was reported literally maybe 5 minutes later.
Yeah.
He would see this, and this is the AJ Brown that I have an issue with. I have no issue with AJ Brown, the football player. He is one of the best Eagles I've ever seen play. I wouldn't say a lot of people have agreed. I wouldn't put him as the best Eagles wide receiver ever. He only played 4 years here. I don't want to respect the guys like Carmichael Quick and guys
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
I don't want to just respect them. But he is one of the greatest Eagles receivers I've ever seen. However, the football player and the player off the field sometimes have gotten in his way. Because I still, to this day, cannot figure out what would drive him to want to leave this situation. I still will, and I'm never going to be able to wrap my head around this on what made him want to leave this situation. Now, they played it again. I personally, Tyler, I'm going to give my opinion. I'll let you piggyback off of it real quick. I believe solely. I think this started. Whatever happened at some point in 2023 because 2022 we had no issues.
Yeah.
Something happened with him and Jalen Hurts that we will probably never know what happened, but there was a rift between those two. I'll never know. We'll never know what it is, but something happened between those two. And, it goes back to 2024. Back, when they won the Super Bowl. BG goes on WIP. We call BG out for this because we thought it wasn't the time. But if you remember what he said they were friends before this. One is trying, but 11 could be better at the way he responds to things. So something happened then between 2023 and right then between Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown. I don't know if we'll ever know what, but something clearly
We'll
happened.
get a documentary after they're both retired 20 years from now.
Yeah, right. But I don't think there was ever anything with the organization. The organization, Howie Roseman has said 1,000 times, I'm not in the business of trading away good football players.
Yeah.
However,
But
something happened
when they
that
make it
caused
known,
this.
when they make it known that they no longer want to be there, I mean, it's in the best interest for your team to accommodate that.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't think we are ever going to get a full disclosure on what caused that. But like I said, I love AJ Brown, the football player. I don't like the guy who makes cryptic messages and cryptic tweets about stuff that it's just like, why am I having these conversations with people? And yeah, let me catch up on the chat before we continue this conversation.
Yeah, let's catch
Oh,
up here.
dear God, Zolt.
Yep, basically. Now the Jets actually want to try to have a future, as much as crazy as that sounds.
Oh, dear God, he's
Oh
Zolt
man,
empty away.
it's firing.
It, Anthony, like it is. Something happened off the field with them that affected their relationship on the field because you saw it this
Yeah,
past year. It
and
was
you could tell the year they won the Super Bowl, they don't win that Super Bowl without Saquon Barkley and the way that that offensive line was playing, because you saw the rift still during 2024 during that run. So obviously there was something going on for a while now. They were able to kind of band-aid it. AJ Brown sucked it up because he realized, oh, I might get a Super Bowl out of this, which segueing to a comment that I'm seeing in the chat here. Yeah, he wants to try to add that onto a resume to hopefully be in the Hall of Fame one day.
I got bones to pick with that comment, so you can keep going.
Yeah, I do too. I actually want to respond to that comment first.
Go ahead.
So let's see. What else we got in the comments here? Anthony said
Oh,
when they had
sorry.
that meeting.
That was okay. So there was a rumor that during the season that happened. AJ shot that down.
Is
At
this
that,
this is this a different one than the reported Saquon, Jalen, and AJ meeting?
I think he's referring to that, but
Okay,
that
he's in front of that
according
one.
to AJ, that never happened.
Yeah, according to him, it never happened. But the other two guys, yeah, it did happen. So
I don't.
go figure. But we're not here to go down the road of all of the stuff that's happened. I mean, we lived it. It is what it is.
I've been living it for the last 16 months.
Exactly. This is supposed to be the celebration that it's finally over. And Brian, I gotta get to you. So you're mad that he got traded. Am I reading that right? That you don't think that the team will be as good without him? That's ridiculous.
In the short term, maybe.
In the short term, I still don't know, because this is a whole offense that's getting revamped. It's going to be designed to be high functioning without a player like AJ Brown. Boy, I don't even want to get into that. I actually agree with his last sentence of that, where he said he got his Super Bowl ring. Now he wants stats for his Hall of Fame resume. That's one of the biggest reasons that I feel like he wanted out of Philadelphia. Think about it, right? Year before they trade for AJ Brown, they draft who was supposed to be their number one wide receiver of the future in Devontae Smith. A year later, they trade for AJ Brown. AJ Brown has had to fight for his share of targets and yards and touchdowns with Devontae Smith in his time in Philadelphia. Now going over to New England, he's got Romeo Dobbs and Kayshon Boutte standing behind him. I think AJ Brown's probably going to see a little increase in his numbers. Definitely in the targets he gets every game. with that wide receiving room.
Yeah. And again, it's easy to say that. Romeo Dobbs is a fine wide receiver. Keyshawn Booty can make plays. Demario Douglas can make plays. None of those other wide receivers in New England are even near the capability of what Devontae Smith does on a football field. They don't have a Devontae Smith. But here's the thing, right? Here's where I'm at with this. And let me just, again, chat is exploding tonight. So we're just trying to keep it. Zol says, I'm impressed with the amount of maturity. I'm saying, Zol, you know why? Because I am so, and Brian, this is what's going to piss Brian off. I'm not happy I had to trade away A.J. Brown. I am mad that A.J. Brown did this to himself, because I'm going to sit here for the rest of the night, and I'm going to sit on this point. I have said this on Birds of the Gridiron every Friday since the season ended. The only reason that A.J. Brown is not a Philadelphia Eagle is because of A.J. Brown. I have no issue toward A.J. Brown, the football player. I have an issue with the A.J. Brown who comes to the media calling out the offense to improve, but then when he has a game where he drops 3 passes in Los Angeles, he's not available to talk. The same A.J. Brown who, I'm sorry, cost you the 49ers game in the postseason just as much as the offensive play calling did, because he had 3 crucial plays that he could have been better and made plays on. But the problem was, and see, I'm getting upset again because guess what? A.J. Brown, to me, from what the reports come out, he mentally checked out after week 4.
Yeah. So all the plays you saw, deep balls where Jalen overthrew him. Jalen didn't overthrow him. He stopped running halfway on his route.
Zolt, that has to be the 30 for 30 when this comes out. Fly away, Eagle fly. That has to be it.
You better find a way to copyright that, Zolt. They're going to steal it from you.
Brian, he will get all the targets. And all I'm going to say, I better see 2022, 2023. Well, the amount of complaining that he's done. I better see it. I want to see those plays again.
You got to think about it, too. A.J. Brown's going to see a lot of double teams. I know he saw a lot of double teams in Philly, but teams were still a little cautious with Devontae Smith out on the field with him.
Exactly. Dustin, I'll get to the freaking Rams in a minute. They're driving me. They've blown my freaking brain away with what they did. Whoa. Dennis. First of all, Dennis, how are you? I'm not posting your other 2 comments. I'm not putting the emoji. Whoa. Well, hold on a second. Let's not go. Look, see, this is what I don't.
What's up, Dennis?
I'm not turning on the guy. Anthony, this was my point. That is when everything started. 2023, I'll say this, 2023, they were all frustrated. They were all frustrated with Brian Johnson.
Yeah.
AJ was mad. Smitty was upset. Goddard was pissed. They were all frustrated. DeAndre Swift was rushing for 1,000 yards that year, and for some reason, they didn't run the football. They were all frustrated. But I've said this since last year. This is when, the passing offense sucks. Well, AJ, we're running for like 150 yards on the ground. We don't need to pass the ball. Sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's how it is. And then this year, of course, a lot more, the Patullo stuff. But this is the A.J. Brown that I can't stand. I love him as a player, but I couldn't stand the A.J. Brown that was going on Twitch streams with rival fans, by the way. I don't care if Jank Rondo is an NFL fan. He's a Commanders fan. He's one of the Twitch's biggest streamers when it comes to the NFL. Going on there saying everything else is a shit show. I don't enjoy the A.J. Brown that goes on Julian Edelman and Rob Gronkowski's podcast and one of his final public moments as an Eagle, and when Julian Edelman says we're all Patriots, winks at him. I don't like the A.J. Brown who said the ultimate goal of an NFL player is to win a Vince Lombardi trophy and saying it did nothing for him. I don't like the A.J. Brown who goes off for 120 yards with 2 touchdowns and then says, using me, but not using me because he's mad that Devontae Smith had 180 yards in the game. That's the A.J. Brown I don't like anymore. That is all I've ever said. I have no issue. I am never going to get this chat up to par tonight. You guys are blowing it up right now. I love
A.J. Brown's a diva. It's what we said a million times over.
I will say one thing what Dennis said. I would never compare him to TM. But AJ Brown, in his own silent way, is a diva. He wants the on the field to be more about him. That is where we're going here. So again, there are things that have happened, but that is my take with AJ. The football player got run over by the player who couldn't stay out of his own way. And once again, the only reason he is not here is because of himself.
Yeah. He asked to be traded. He didn't want to be here. He didn't want to be here at all last year. He probably wanted to be traded before the season started.
Brian, I cannot wait for those joint practices.
Oh, man. So we could watch Quinyon lock him up.
Dennis, not doing it. I'm not putting that past.
Oh, man.
Hold on a second. Here we go. Please don't tell me this is true.
My mind would explode.
I will literally could you imagine that in a very complex role? Because he probably is. I mean, he's probably still in great shape, but could you imagine?
Dude, he's in better shape than any starting defensive lineman on that team because he invites them all to work out with him and they quit. He's a monster. Oh my gosh. I don't even want to think about it. Nope. I do not. That would be ridiculous if he came out of retirement.
And here we go is making a very good point that he has been seen at the facilities over the past few times, and he wasn't doing that last year.
I think he misses it. With the way that he keeps himself in football-ready shape, you could even argue better than football-ready shape. I feel like there's a part of him that still does want to play.
I think he's just mad. He's like, I played my whole life there, and now you decide to beef up that defensive line around me? I was getting quadruple teamed, and now you want to add multiple pass rushing defensive linemen?
To be fair, if he was there last year with, Fisk, Verse, he would have done pretty well for himself then too, yeah.
Pretty much. Brian, anybody who says that Devontae Smith can't be a wide receiver one in this league doesn't watch the game.
They're stupid.
Again, I'm not saying he's going to come out this year and put together the JSN 1,600-yard offensive player of the year type numbers, but I think the Eagles' wide receiver room is a lot deeper than the Seahawks, I think they have a more consistent talent outside of JSN.
The offensive philosophy is going to be different, too. It's not just going to be Mannion came out and said it in his first press conference. This offense is not based around one guy. So you can already rule that out. You don't need to have 1,700 yards to be a number one wide receiver.
No.
My number one wide receiver is a guy who's reliable. I know can run his routes. I know can make the tough catches. And he's still probably going to get 1,200 yards. Yeah.
And when I need him, he's there. Oh, my God.
There it is. The smart man, Zolt. We got that. If you ever need it in court, just come back to 609 Sports Talk on YouTube, and you got it.
Brian, this is why I said a few weeks ago, I hate wide receivers. Unless you get a special human being like Smitty, I would recycle my wide receivers every 5 years. As soon as their rookie contract's up, I let them go get paid because I cannot stand wide receivers. They are the biggest diva They are the biggest diva position of football I've ever seen. I don't understand it.
Dennis, I saw your comment. I think I got to agree with Sam on this one. How you were firing off in the chat so far, I don't know if it's a good idea to let you on the show right now.
Yeah, Dennis, you're coming off a little. You're coming in a little too hot for us.
You're coming in like Sidney Brown trying to take out his teammate.
Hey, Andrew McCuba's just getting back. That's a little touchy of a subject here. All right, Dustin, what do you got for me here? He said, I love how it goes back to the coach that played a role of trading him out of Tennessee. Dustin, Mike Vrabel wasn't happy when that happened. I will say that. Brown will never get another ring, and he will be in a locker room cancer in New England. Welcome to the circus, boys. Get your popcorn ready. One Diana Rossini has... Okay.
Oh my.
Well...
All right.
Well, we're just off. You guys
We're
are just
fired.
unfiltered.
We're still not caught up yet.
Well, all right, Anthony, again, he's been a Patriots fan his whole life. He grew up one. He said that adamantly. And again, once this happened in week 4, because remember, guys, this has been happening since the season. Just think of this. You're 4-0. You're undefeated. You're coming. What was week 4? Was that Tampa?
I think week 4 was.
I believe week 4 was the. Okay, so that was the first game where we didn't complete a pass in the second half. 4-0, coming off a win, coming off 2 weeks removed from a comeback win against the freaking Rams, and he wants to get traded.
Yeah.
Like I said, A.J. Brown's biggest enemy right now was A.J. Brown. The Eagles never wanted to move him. He wanted to get traded off a team where he has 5,000 career yards. He's been an All-Pro multiple times. He's been a Pro Bowler multiple times. He's in the playoffs every year, and he's a Super Bowl champion with a chance to get more. Why on earth would you want to get traded from that situation? I have never heard of that in my entire life. And also, I'm just going to point this out. The grass is not always greener for these wide receivers on the other side.
It isn't.
Tyreek Hill got traded. The Chiefs never missed a beat. DK Metcalf wants to get traded. Seahawks immediately win a Super Bowl. The grass isn't always greener. I get he wants to be a Patriot. He wants to be a Mike Vrabel. And I give the Eagles credit. They always do try to do what is right by the player. AJ wants to be in New England. That's where he would prefer to be. How he made it happen. I loved all the Patriots media. By the way, some Patriots radio stations are upset. They think the Patriots overpaid.
They didn't want to give up that first rounder.
Because I know that some people are upset at the deal. Brian, I know you weren't crazy about it. You even, first of all, Brian, you said that I would have been okay with a 6th or 7th rounder. What are you talking about? I literally Tyler, did I not just say last Friday, if it's not a first round pick, that you're not getting A.J. Brown?
Yeah.
So again, I like the deal. You got a first and 28. Now you have 2 first-round picks at 28, which clearly we are seeing a trend in the NFL now where draft picks later down the road are getting moved. Like it's the NBA, for God's sakes. Howie will use that pick to his advantage. And again, you have got, in 2028 too, you have so many defensive players that are coming up on contracts. Jalen Carter's about to get his, which, by the way, I know Eagles were reportedly in with the Myles Garrett stuff. I will talk about that in a second. There was no way they were doing that deal because I'll tell you what it would have took. But
it would have took Jalen Carter.
Exactly. You have to extend Jalen Carter still. There may be a slight chance you can retain all 3 of your defensive tackles. A slight chance. I think Ajomo may get priced out of Philly's range, but
yeah,
unless they decide to extend him before he gets there, and that's if he wants to take the extension. But you still have to pay Cooper DeJean, who, by the way, honestly, I think he's going to get a higher AAV than Quinyon. No offense to Quinyon, but Cooper's
versatility, yes.
In an NFL that is positionless now in the secondary, I mean, you look at guys like Nicky Manwari, he can line up all over. You look at Witherspoon, he can play all over. Jalen Petrie, these guys that can play all over the field that are so versatile are key to an NFL secondary. You have to lock him up. And again, Quinyon has that. The Eagles have that flexibility with Quinyon because he has the 5th-year option. Well, Cooper DeJean is entering the 3rd year of his deal as a free agent after 2027. So they have to start worrying about these things. Also, by the way, while we're here, I know the chat's blown up. I got to catch up to it, but I also want to put this out here. Think back to this. This is from Ian Rappaport. The Eagles saved $50 million or so on A.J. Brown, money they spent acquiring standout edge rusher Jonathan Grenard from Minnesota. This also helps them recoup the picks, getting a future 1 and a 5th for A.J. Brown after giving up 2 3s and getting back a 7th for Grenard.
Now, and not to mention going back to, they basically rented A.J. Brown and got a Super Bowl with him.
And basically got back. Oh, so go ahead.
Yeah, and 2 Super Bowl appearances.
and essentially almost got back the same. They got almost the same package for him at 28 that they traded to Tennessee for him at 22 when he was 25 years old.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
essentially got almost the same thing. Okay, you got a fifth back instead of a third. Big whoopee. Again, I know some people are frustrated, but you got essentially what you were looking for. You wanted the 2028. You wanted the first round pick. You got it. I know people wanted it to be in 27. 27's draft class is loaded with talent. Teams are reluctant to trade those picks. Not everybody's the freaking Rams, okay? Other teams don't want to trade those assets because the draft class is going to be loaded. Jeremiah Smith is going to be in that draft class. So, but let's get into this. Let's get back into the chat because it's blowing up here. Anthony said, "Tell me why AJ Brown." Oh yeah, that was all right. Sorry, Anthony. I already got to that comment. Dustin said Darnold was seen at the facility the past 2 weeks working out, and the players also have been discussing. Oh my God, are we? They're going to talk him into it.
They'll talk him into it. Just come back one more year. This is the year. We're going to dominate everybody.
Brian, if there's a will, there's a way when it comes to salary caps.
Well, all they got to do, take a page out of the book of this man right here, add some more void years, and he'll retire before he ever sees them.
Dennis, first of all, Dennis, hold on. I'm not ignoring you, first of all. I just don't want to put some of your comments because you're going a little out there with some of your comments. So that's the only reason I'm not doing that. I'm not ignoring you. And also, I think I have a good idea for you. Matt, what's going on? All right, hold on. I don't want this to come off as the Hate AJ Brown show now. Let's hold on. See, that's the thing. I don't want to come on here and disrespect him we have a Lombardi trophy because of him.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he created this whole big dramatic situation, which we obviously don't like to see as fans. But he still did a lot of good while he was here. And unfortunately, his time came to an end. But it's not like we just lost him for nothing. We got a good return for him.
Yeah, and speaking of returns, John Church on YouTube. John, by the way, thanks for commenting. Appreciate you tuning into the show. A 2027 fifth, a 2028 first, and Nolan Smith for Jared first. Then he went on to say, I'm just messing around. Go Birds. John, appreciate the Go Birds. Thanks for checking out the show. Greatly appreciate it. And Dustin said this is why he appreciates Jettis, gives him credit because he is yet to be a diva and has done a great job of keeping the QB drama in-house, if he's even done it at all. Anthony, that's a good question. In terms of contracts, not many, because the Eagles actually do a pretty good damn job of paying guys. And that's the thing. They paid AJ. He got $100 million on draft night the year they got him. Then, guess what? When Devontae Smith was up for a contract after the 2023 season, guess who they paid on draft night of 2024 when they drafted Quinyon? They drafted AJ. They gave AJ more money because I'm sure after Devontae got paid, I'm sure somebody wasn't too happy.
Yep. And I mean, the only other player I would say you could say was a diva was CJ Gardner-Johnson. But then again, he was never a diva while he was on the team. He only opened his mouth once he left the team.
And he really didn't. And honestly, that kind of all got debunked after he came back a second time. And once again, there were just things that the Eagles were not happy with him about, and they moved him again. He hasn't really said anything bad. He wants to be here. There's just certain things that I've heard about CJ that are kind of crazy. So, Zoe, I don't care if he owns them. I don't care what he does. If he comes back, I'm going to lose my mind. He
probably owns every record for every rep taken on each of those machines in the facility.
Dennis, that comment from Matt was not even close to what you said earlier on in the show. That wasn't even close to what you said to start this show. Hold the phone now. There's a little bit. I think we have a different idea of cryptic and not cryptic here.
Dennis, give us something to work with, and we'll throw it up on the screen.
Anthony said, tell me this. Did New England call for A.J. Brown, or did A.J. Brown stir it up and got the ball? Anthony, if you had to ask me, I personally think they said it, A.J.'s camp got this rolling in the end of September. AJ Brown asked to be traded after week 4. So, and his preferred destination was New England because of Mike Vrabel. And honestly, there are people that thought the Eagles were going to lose their leverage because, AJ wants to go one place and one place only, and that's what's going to drive down the price. Well, guess what? They still walked out with a first-round pick, and I'm not upset about it whatsoever. They walked out with a first. They gave up a fifth. They get back a fifth. I am not having a fun talking night, Jesus. But first, apparently we drafted AJ Brown 2023.
Yeah, we drafted him, and then now we gave away a 5th rounder.
I'm all over the place. Look, it's been a long day, okay? But no, I definitely think this was AJ getting the ball rolling. And you know what? I am so happy that first of all, Hitman, what's up, brother? Glad to see you back on with us on Monday. There has definitely been some tampering in this situation from the whole Vrabel ruse. Diana Rossini had a weekly AJ Brown tweet for the past 2.5 years when it came to him being on the Eagles. And she was trying to drive down the price. She had an agenda toward that. Now, I haven't commented on the Vrabel Rossini things because unlike some people, I like to keep football conversations about football and not about other contact sports. But anyway, I personally think, Rossini was the mouthpiece for Vrabel. She was trying to drive down that price, and there is definitely going to be some tampering. We're going to see some Jonathan Gannon type penalties when it comes to that situation. And John, you're absolutely right. It's because the first rounder is in 2028. People are saying 2027 is going to be stacked. Having 2 first rounders would have been. Oh, I agree, John. I agree. That I would have loved to have had 2 first rounders in 27. That's why I think Cleveland made out great in that the Myles Garrett deal. However, I'm still okay with having 2 first in 2028 because, again, for the people that were upset early on about this, look who your general manager is. Do you really think I'm going to stop trusting Howie Roseman?
Nah.
Hassan Reddick wanted a big contract. Eagles traded him for a 3rd-round pick. That was 2 years down the road. Hassan Reddick hasn't even had 10 sacks.
I was going to say, has he even played like 50 snaps of football since then?
Oh, he has, but he's got like 6 sacks in 2 years. Yeah, exactly, John, because we're starting to see a trend in the NFL that we haven't seen in the past, that we are seeing teams going into their draft classes 2-3 years down the road and moving up with those picks. You could easily use one of those 28 first rounders, or guess what? By 28, hopefully, Jalen Carter's locked up, maybe Cooper's locked up. You have the money in place where and you can use those draft picks, maybe pull what the Rams are doing for a Myles Garrett or a Trent McDuffie. Who knows? I'm not saying they will, but I'm just throwing out ideas. Howie Roseman with 2 first-round picks, I guarantee you right now in 2028 will not make 2 selections. I will guarantee you that. Because just look at him the past couple years. Traded up for Mekhi Lemon, traded up for Jahad Campbell. Don't give Howie Roseman ammunition.
Howie likes to stock up on them draft picks. He's not afraid to use them. He likes to bundle.
Hitman, I'm with you. I'm so excited to see this offense now. There's no drama, no issues. I'm ready to see what goes on. No one's on the sideline reading books and pouting.
I'm ready to see some selfless football, some real team football, and let's see this offense work.
Exactly. Guys, thank you for this chat. You guys are killing it. Dustin, thank you. I will say, Dustin even gets it.
We censor Dustin sometimes too,
and points out he's also a co-host on 609. He even knows it.
Anthony, okay. I agree,
but they all played a pivotal role.
They all played a role. Saquon and that offensive line played the biggest.
Yes,
honestly, you could really just attribute it to the offensive line. Whether it was success in the pass game, success in the run game, it all starts there. And we saw the lack of it last year.
Exactly. Everybody plays a role on a championship team, but apparently, according to some people, they don't care about the championship.
Unfortunately.
And Hitman said he was never going to be here for a long time. Eventually would have had to have moved on from him. I'm just glad we got compensated before it was too late. Yeah, and like I'm not trying to sound like I'm not playing the glasses half full game. I'm not trying to be this guy right now, but I've seen AJ Brown go from 1,496 yards to 1,456 to 1,079.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I've seen the decline in the knees. It shows up on the film.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be that guy right now, but
I'll say it, we got to steal. We got to steal. Renting out AJ Brown used up probably some of his prime years, I would say. I don't know if we're going to see, 1,400 yard AJ Brown. Because you got to think about it too. He's not always healthy. He has lingering injuries that nag at him sometimes. So who's to say he's even going to play all 17 games?
Yeah, again, like he's missed time over the past couple years with lingering issues with his hamstrings and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin said Darnold has a 680-pound squat record in the facility, which he did 5 reps of. Oh, dude, he is. He's going to come back. He's going to come back, I'm telling you. Nad, what's going on, buddy?
Ned.
What a day is right. Are your Niners prepared for the defensive line from a word I won't say live on the air?
Trent Williams might be contemplating retirement himself. Especially if Aaron Donald comes out of retirement, yeah.
See, Dennis, Dustin just did it here. I'm not putting that. Dustin, I can't pin that comment.
Oh, my God.
Nad, not doing that either. Nad, get out of here. They were the mouthpieces for that.
Free Rossini.
Jesus God.
Oh no.
You have the Rams. I mean, hell, Anthony, I'm not going against that. Nad, there was definitely some tampering done at some point. All right, so John and Anthony are going back and forth now with the first round pick stuff.
Yeah, they did flip Goff into Stafford.
They flipped Verse into Garrett.
Yeah, flip Verse into Garrett. But I kind of get what he means, though. I mean, they have built a really good roster with not all first round picks.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, some of their better I mean, Puka was a 5th rounder.
Yeah.
Like, they've drafted better late. Blake Corum.
Yeah.
Was he a 3rd? Like, they really haven't had to go. Brandon Fisk was a 2nd round pick. Nad, if Donald comes back and plays for cheap, I'm actually gonna be mad because I don't want to see it.
All I'm saying, if there is already a rumor circulating and he's been at the training facility a lot, it's gonna happen. He'll be back. That's what we're gonna get in another 2 weeks. Aaron Donald unretires.
Dustin, what more do they need to solidify it? It's already solidified.
Yeah, right. You could have said they were already a Super Bowl contender by far before the trade for Garrett.
This entire thing is just...
I mean, geez, during the draft we said, well, how could they really get better? No wonder why they took Ty Simpson. How could they get better? They already traded for McDuffie. And they got better.
How could they? You found out today how they could.
Yeah. So I don't want to know if there's a way for them to get even better. Apparently there's no limit.
There is no limit because now we're going to transition now.
Is Todd Gurley going to come out of retirement with brand new knees?
Oh, God. Nah, this is probably the best way to put it. They're the freaking Dodgers of the NFL, and I think Donald will 100% come back if he wants to.
Yeah.
Dustin, Bosa is one injury away from retirement. So no, Bosa, hold on, Dustin. Bosa's not, if he's signed there, he's not even getting out. We're calling about
How does he get on the field? Yeah, I know.
How does he get on the field? He's not going to get on the field. There's no way. Hitman, they kind of were before they got Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
So yeah, it does.
Oh, that team,
Oh
that
my
defense is just so
god,
good.
Dustin's got jokes.
Oh man,
You know what? Todd Gurley's like, hey, you need a running back three?
I would just tell the Eagles just tank at that point next year.
No, we ain't tanking. We ain't tanking nothing. All right, so look, we've given our thoughts on the AJ thing for the Eagles, and the chat's blown up. What does it mean for New England now? Because this is a team last year that offensively in the Super Bowl could get nothing going. They had wide receiver issues. How do you feel about the Patriots receiving core going into the year now? It's a little more revamped. You know, Romeo Dobbs now. They have AJ now. What's the thoughts on that?
Uh, what are the thoughts on that? Give me a moment here. I'm gonna pull something up for reference.
Well, Nad, you're right. Bosa is an injury prone man. We know this. All right, yeah. Dustin's like, let's throw Marshall Falk in while we're at it.
Oh my.
Hey, you know what? I heard if Stafford goes down, they're a Stafford injury away from something happening. Kurt Warner, what you up to?
Yikes.
We're rolling today.
I honestly don't know how much the AJ Brown move makes the Patriots better. I think it kind of yeah. AJ Brown, he is a better wide receiver than Stephon Diggs. Diggs had some great years in his career. AJ's definitely been more consistent throughout his career. But when I'm looking at the supporting cast around AJ Brown, I worry that teams are going to be able to take him out of games because I don't believe he's still the same player physically, or I should say, I guess, athletically. Because yes, he's still a big wide receiver, strong wide receiver. He's physically dominant, but the athleticism, the speed, the agility, he's not the same player he was 3 years ago. I'm worried that he's past his peak and it's kind of just, maybe a steady line from here. I'm not going to say a drop off, but is he really going to be that game changer for the Patriots? I'm not confident in that.
I think, all right, well, first off, I don't want to come on here. And like I said, I'm still not going to disrespect the football player because he's still a good football player. And again, I know the numbers have gone down each year in Philly. It went from almost 1,500 to 14 to barely cracking 1,000.
I got Dustin, I got a question for you. Where was A.J. Brown at in the 49ers game last year?
That is true. I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
That was a disappearing act if I've ever seen one.
No, Diggs is a disappearing act. A.J. Brown dropping three passes is more than a disappearing act. Anthony, before I know we're talking about the Patriots right now, but I got to say this. Anthony, I understand the Jarrett Verse thing. Jarrett Verse is also going to need to get paid too. So not only do the Browns move off of the Garrett contract, now they got to get ready to pay Jarrett Verse a contract. But
I said I felt bad for Jarrett Verse, but honestly, with the position that the Browns are moving in, he's a young player. Yes, the team is in a rebuild, which is probably, I'd say, in the middle phase of it. They're closer toward the end of it rather than just starting. So I think he's going to fit into that team's success here in the near future, within the next maybe 2 years, I would say.
Something along those lines. I will say this, though. In 2026, referring back to Dustin's comment, I will say, referring back to 2026, I am a lot more if I'm a defense, I am a lot more fearful about game planning for A.J. Brown than I am for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
And look, Drake May is coming off a great year, led the NFL in completion percentage with a subpar wide receiver room. I also think Romeo Dobbs is a big upgrade for them on the other side because, once again, the Packers wide receiver room was loaded with talent and guys that fit in the roles. I think and Dobbs stepped up last year. You know, Watson was out early on in the season. Matthew Golden really didn't factor into a lot of their passing game throughout the year because he was a rookie. But Dobbs was always a guy that stepped up for them and was basically a safety blanket. I think those two right there, and now you're taking pressure off of guys like Keyshawn Booty and Demario Douglas. And now you are putting two proven guys on the outside. You're adding that to a run game with Ramondre and Henderson, which I really enjoy. But I think the Patriots have a really good shot in the AFC this year. I'm not saying they're going back to the Super Bowl because their schedule this year, it is loaded. So time will tell, but I think that does improve them. They are better. Like, AJ makes them better. That's, if you don't think so, you're out of your mind. And look, if he comes out, and look, I don't want to have this be a bash AJ Brown thing, but again, I don't want to hear people, if it happens, if he has a good year, if he has 80 catches for 1,200 yards, he'll probably still bitch and complain, but because he doesn't have 2,000.
That's a down year.
Yeah, well, actually, it'll be his best year since 2023. But either way, if he comes in, catches 85 balls for 1,200, 10 touchdowns, I don't want to hear people, see what's Philly's missing? Because no, he wouldn't do it in Philly because there's too many mouths to feed.
Yep.
So, again, that's the thing. I think it definitely helps him. I think now going into it with just Romeo Doubs as your newest addition, that's kind of like, well, it's basically adding another type of like tier 2, tier 3 wideout to a group of that already. So again, AJ Brown, I'm not saying it makes them the favorites in the AFC again, because again, I still think if Bo Nix plays, I think the Broncos go to the Super Bowl last year. I think they were too good. I mean, and let's be real. Drake May in the entire playoffs last year played like crap. Let's just keep it real. Let's keep it 100 on this show. That's what we have the name for. He did not play well in the playoffs at all. Turned the ball over too much, too many fumbles. But I still like the upside of the kid. Completion percentage last year was through the roofs. Had a great freaking year. I don't want to take all that away from him. But in the postseason, to win in this league, you have to play good. You have to play good football. You got to take care of the football. And he did not take care of the football last year. But you know what? When my quarterback does that, he's labeled as he can't throw the football. But that's another story for another day.
I want to answer
all right.
Comment.
You already got it pinned up. What we got here? Jesus.
Anthony, they already stacked the box last year with A.J. Brown there.
Yeah.
They dared them to pass because Kevin Patullo didn't know what a route tree was.
He didn't know what stacking the box meant.
But now I'm not worried about that at all. Like I said, I'm so excited to see this revamped offense. Let him go ahead and stack the box because we're just going to have 3 guys run across the middle of the field in one-on-one coverage.
Yeah, like I think once again, I'm just going to say this, that I think the Eagles offense now, there's a lot more mouths to feed. Like, all right, stack the box. All right, if the offensive line can hold up in pass protection, if they're healthy, okay, I'll beat you with Smitty. I'll beat you with Lemon. I'll beat you with Goddard, Stowers, Wicks, take your pick. Hollywood Brown, take your pick. Then if they try to, and that's going to be the key. They want to have a contingent of wide receivers because they're going to go with empty sets. Mm-hmm. And they're with Jalen this year, but also they're going to have those situations where Saquon is back there, and they're going to have Wicks, Hollywood, Lemon, Goddard, Smitty, and then guess what? How do you stack the box against all those guys?
Yeah.
Which is why the big key was to get Jalen to be better with throwing you over the middle because they can beat teams with all these weapons. Like I said, I'm not saying A.J. Brown leaving is not a loss. It is. He is one of the best wide receivers we've had in the history of our franchise. I'm not here to deny that. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I have Devontae Smith and a bunch of Jalen Ragers. I have good, solid. No, I'm serious.
Anybody?
Yeah. Let's not talk about that. But that's what I'm trying to make the point of. Is like I'm confident in the group they have. Mekhi Lemon's a rookie. I'm not coming. Like that's the thing. They don't need him to come in and say, "Oh, you're the new AJ Brown." First of all, he's not AJ Brown. Not the same play style. But I don't need Mekhi Lemon to come in and put up 1,500 yards this year to be considered a good season. He can come in. Smitty could put up 11. If Mekhi can give me 7, maybe 8, I'd be happy. If Dontavy gave me 500, I'd be happy. If Hollywood can give me 400, but as long as he's still that deep threat that could take a top off a defense and provide the fear, I'm cool with that. Because you still got to factor in Goddard. You still got to factor in Stowers. Oh, by the way, you still have Saquon and Tank Bigsby. There is a lot of mouths to feed. If you thought A.J. Brown was mad about the last 2 years, he would have freaking fully on imploded. If A.J. Brown was on this team this year with this many mouths to feed, we would have had a Antonio Brown, Vontae Davis halftime situation.
Oh, my.
I'm being dead-ass honest. And Dustin is going back to his Diggs and AJ Brown saying not everyone steps up in every big game. Everybody has an off game. Diggs has never shown up in the big game after the Minneapolis Miracle. I won't
That's
deny
true.
that.
Yeah. Like I said, AJ Brown has been way more consistent of a top tier wide receiver than Stephon Diggs in his career.
Anthony said, sir, the Browns have been rebuilding for years. Yes, but now they're
Oh,
actually taking it serious.
yeah, they're actually improving, not just saying the rebuilding.
And Hitman, I love these comments from you because it makes perfect sense because the tape on Drake May is now out, and that is always when I say the best time to judge a quarterback is year 3 because rookie year, he's going to make his mistakes. But when he gets to that year 2, when they find things that make him successful, year 3 is when that tape is out. And then we get to see these quarterbacks for real, what they can do.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, it happened with Jalen. 2021 came in as his first year starting. 2020, he didn't play much, but 2021, first year starting, had his ups and downs. 2022 had a big year, but then 2023, a lot of interceptions, a lot of turnovers, and that's when the middle of the field stuff started happening. Yep. So, and now look, Jalen's done okay since then. He won a Super Bowl in 24, had a solid statistical year last year, but not to the standard that he wants. But full year 3 starts for quarterbacks is always the key because you see the tape now, and we see how do they respond. But yeah, back on this, let's go back to the Rams and the Browns. This trade is absolutely freaking. This trade is asinine. So, Myles Garrett, of course, we kind of touched on it with the Rams already. Apparently, Aaron Donald could there's a possibility of Donald coming back. We've been talking about in the chat with the chat. That's nuts in its own right. But seriously, the Rams officially now have 0 weakness.
No, I just looked at the roster. You can't find any. Like their pass rush was already dominant, and they just added probably one of the best pass rushers we've seen in this generation. Just set the sack record last year. I mean, offensively, 0 weaknesses. Defensively, where was your weakness? Your secondary and your cornerback position. Oh, well, went out and got McDuffie, got his running mate as well. They've literally addressed everything. There's nothing left for them to do except win. I'll be honest, if the Rams lose more than 2 games next year, they're doing something wrong in that building. You can't have this much talent across the board and not just win week in and week out.
I just, again, like you said, the secondary was already a weakness. They come out of it with McDuffie and Watson to pair with their safeties, who I like all 3. I like Lake. I love Kitchens. And Cam Curl, since signing over there, has been really good as well. But, how do you mask a secondary that's weak? You add elite pass rushers. Well, not only did you improve the secondary, then added the elite pass rusher. Yeah. Like, why on earth do we want to continue to make the Rams this great juggernaut? Like, this team literally next year.
Well, the Browns care.
They don't care.
They don't care. They're over in the AFC. They got a million teams ahead of them. They're not doing nothing.
Anthony.
No, he's right. Because, I mean, Puka Nacua, how dominant of a wide receiver he is. He doesn't always have a clean bill of health.
No, he doesn't.
Matthew Stafford. He's been amazing as time goes on. He still has some, little nagging injuries sometimes. Who knows if any of that worsens at some point throughout the season.
Yeah, and again, if Stafford goes down, then that's another issue. Because, Stafford has been banged up in the past, but, like they say, a body doesn't get better with age.
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, the Rams are just so, like, they've probably got at least, like, 8 future Hall of Famers on their damn team. Devontae Adams, Stafford, Garrett, McDuffie. McDuffie's I think he's on the trajectory to be a Hall of Fame player. He's a great corner. I mean, Puka, if he keeps this the way he's been.
Yeah.
Like, they are just like, do you think right now they have to be your NFC favorite, right? Like, I don't think Seattle. I don't think Seattle could stop this.
Trust me, I've always loved over the last. I've gotten spoiled over the last 4 or so years, saying that my favorite is the Eagles every year. No doubt. This year, I gotta be unbiased. Open my eyes. It's the Rams. I mean, there's no team that has more talent across the board on both sides of the football than them.
No. And the only thing that there's only one team I think that can rival them right now, and that's the team in their own division.
Seattle.
Yes. I don't.
The team that just won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. They're the only team with the best shot.
Maybe Chicago, but I don't even think Chicago has the talent to keep up with this.
No.
I don't think anyone in the NFC East.
They don't have the defense. They don't have the same defense, I should say.
No,
they have a good defense, but they don't have what the Rams just put together here.
And first off, you thought that throw that Caleb made in the playoffs last year to Komet running around like that was impressive? Well, congratulations, because when you play the Rams this year, you're going to have to do that about 10 times. Because, I mean, dude, just look. You're running into a defensive line of Brandon Fisk, who had a down year last year because he had a banged-up knee. He's back healthy. Byron Young, Kobe Turner, and now Myles freaking Garrett. And I have to throw into a secondary that consists of Trent McDuffie, Jalen Watson, Quentin Lake, Cam Kinchins, and Cam Curl. Where am I? And then if they get the football back, I have to stop an offense of Stafford, Puka, Adams, Corum, Kyron Williams. What? I've never seen a team like this. This is playing franchise mode on rookie and turning off the traits, saying that all traits have to be accepted. That's what this is. This is unbelievable.
Do you think we'll see any 4 tight end sets out of the Rams this year?
Who cares?
I just say it because it's another position. Why do you have 4 tight ends that are all capable of taking the field? Not a single one. I would be like, nah, he's a bum.
No, yeah, it's Ferguson's
combination of them. I would say, yeah.
Yeah, because you got Ferguson, Parkinson, Higbee,
Max Clare. They just drafted.
Oh my god, I forgot they drafted Max Clare. Oh my god, this team is ridiculous. Dustin said Bears are one pass rusher away from being a Super Bowl contender. Bears have upgraded the secondary. I do agree. They have upgraded their secondary.
Hey, maybe the Bears could give a call over to the Browns and see what they want for Verse.
Nah, the hell no. I think the Cardinals are listing on Josh Sweat. If you get Josh Sweat in Chicago, I think that's a Super Bowl team. Dustin, why? Why not? Why not? Does Gronk still want to play?
Oh.
But, looking back, let's look at this trade from the other side. We keep talking about Jared Verse. I actually really like this trade for Cleveland, too.
It's a great trade for Cleveland. You get back valuable draft capital. You get back a first-round player.
Yeah.
A high first-round player at that, who's proven that he can play at this level. They're going to be fine. They've been building this team slowly through the draft. It's the Cleveland Browns. They're not going to win it over in free agency.
No.
They're not a top free agent market. They're not going to be.
Well, hold on. They don't have money to be a free agent destination.
Oh, that too. They don't have that or the appeal. But besides the point, they're doing a great job building this team through the draft and to continue to get more quality picks like that.
Dustin, I forgot about Cam Jordan being a free agent. Yeah, honestly, you know what? If Chicago were to bring in Cam Jordan and get Josh Sweat, that Bears defense is looking pretty damn good. But yeah, like but back to it, like, because a lot of people are saying, like, well, oh, how did the Browns not get multiple first round picks? Well, you did. You got a first round pick in what's good because Jared Verse is your other first round pick. You're getting a young up and coming edge rusher who, yes, he's only played 2 years, and yes, his career high in sacks is 7.5. You're comparing that to Myles Garrett. But if I was trading Myles Garrett and you gave me a top 10 list of edge rushers that I would want back in the trade, Jared Verse is probably right on the top of that list.
Yeah.
So you're getting a young, promising edge rusher to add to your already ridiculously young defense with Carson Schlesinger, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren, Ward. They have a new Mason Graham. They have a nucleus on that defense now, and they just loaded up with young offensive players as well. The Browns rebuild is actually going pretty damn well because not only do you get Jarrett Verse, yes, you're going to have to pay him, but that just comes with the territory. Not only do you get Jarrett Verse, you are getting now 2 2027 first-round picks and what could be a loaded draft class.
Yeah.
And then you still back it up with a second-rounder in 28 and a third-rounder in 29. So you got 3 pretty damn solid draft picks in this. And Myles Garrett, look, everyone said it in Cleveland. He doesn't show up to OTAs a lot, but this year felt different. And then, of course, Todd Monken came out today and spoke to the media and was told when he took the job, you are not guaranteed that Myles Garrett will be on this roster. So this has been in the works. I know what you texted me this afternoon, like, where'd this come from? This has been in the works. Myles got paid. He's been loyal, but I think he finally just said, enough's enough. Like, what am I supposed... Like, I've been loyal to the team. When is this going to change? Which, by the way, speaking of which, I got a little fun note for you here. Do you know now that every top 10 pick, except for one in the 2017 NFL draft, is off the current team that drafted them?
Wow.
Do you know who the one remaining is?
I do not. Can I get a team? No.
Chiefs. Well, okay. Patrick Mahomes.
As soon as you said Patrick, I knew immediately.
Because the Chiefs traded up to 10 that year to pick him. So, yep, Patrick Mahomes is the only top 10 pick from the 2017 draft still on his current team. Or in the league, for that matter, because John Ross is the top 10 pick in that draft.
Yeah. Good job, Bengals.
All right, so Dustin said, let me ask you this. Since McVay has contemplated retirement already, which he has, there have been reports of this, do you see him leaving to become a GM if he gets another ring? Dustin, this could be, we make the jokes about Sean Mannion and Nick Sirianni with this. If there was a team that I could see making that Brad Stevens Celtics type move to move him into the front office to hire a new coach, I could definitely see Sean McVay doing it because McVay contemplated retiring when they won the Super Bowl back at 21.
Yeah.
So, maybe this isn't just about maximizing Stafford's window. Maybe this is like, hey, we don't know how many more years Sean's going to be our coach. So maybe there's a good point to that. I would put it past them. Dustin says, how can you say the rebuild is going well when Tom Monken publicly said last Tuesday today that Watson would be... All right, Dustin, I didn't say...
He's saying it because he doesn't want to get put on the hot seat already before his first career coached game.
Tyler, you're coaching in Cleveland. You're on the hot seat before you even sign the contract. Just by interviewing, you're on the freaking hot seat.
They may have fired him before he got to the season. If he didn't, come out and say, "Oh, Deshaun Watson's our guy."
Good man, come on, yeah. Like again, and that's Haslam saying, "Look, I paid this guy a lot of money. He's got to play."
Yeah. Even though it might not be the best choice, he's gonna get his money's worth.
But no, Dustin, what I mean by their rebuild is going better. It's not going to be a bunch of 1-15. We're going to get blown out every game. If you look at the Browns roster outside of the quarterback position, you have young players all over that team that I like. You have Quinshawn Junkins and Dylan Sampson at running back. At receiver, you still have a guy like Jerry Jeudy, who's your veteran, but you have Harold Fanning Jr., who's coming off a really good rookie year. You drafted Casey Concepcion. You drafted Denzel Boston for your wide receiver room, so you have some talent there. They have a completely revamped offensive line. I mean, they brought over Titus Howard. Yeah, they brought over Titus Howard. They re-signed Tevin Jenkins. They signed Elgton Jenkins. They brought over Zion Johnson. They drafted Spencer Fano. And on the defensive side, look, you still have a good, solid unit. You still have Mason Graham, who they spent a high draft pick on last year.
Yeah.
They still have you got guys like Jarrett Verse now. You have Carson Schlesinger, who you drafted last year. I mean, in the secondary, you still have a bunch of promising players too. You still have a lot to look forward to. And they just drafted Emmanuel McNeil-Warren this year. They still have Denzel Ward. Like, they still have a lot of talent on that team that's worthy of looking. And Dustin, back to your other comment about the Rams, I can see this. McVay moves up, Shula moves in as head coach. Or, Dustin, let me ask you this one. If their offense has the Rams love their offense. If the Rams offense is really good this year, which breaking news it's going to be, what if, because do you remember who took an interview in Cleveland? Nate Shieldhouse, who is a young, promising, up-and-coming assistant with the Rams, who is now their offensive coordinator, now that Mike LaFleur left. I know it would be only a one-year offensive coordinator and a little inexperienced, but they also hired Cliff Kingsbury to their staff. Would they have McVay move to the front office, retain Shula as DC, promote Shieldhouse to head coach, and make Kingsbury the offensive coordinator? Because I'm not touching Kingsbury as a head coach. That's no bueno.
We're not going back to that. That's like giving Chip Kelly another chance of being a head coach.
No, Anthony, what we were just saying, he'll probably have some type of an executive role and
it'll be a promotion, but most likely because he probably won't want to coach anymore.
Which is crazy because I think if McVay wants to, he could be great for another 10, 15 plus.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Dustin said there is a reason why Chris Shula didn't leave for another coordinator job because I think he was told, maybe it is him. Dustin said if Josh Gordon laid off oh my God. Not doing it.
Too late.
Dustin said Shieldhouse is getting a head coaching job next season elsewhere, which is why Kingsbury came in. He will replace Shieldhouse as the play caller. Yeah, but that's the thing. Are they willing to just give? If Shieldhouse is going to get a head coaching job next year, well, guess what? If he's going to if they're going to lose him to another team, why not just see if Sean wants to move to the front office and keep Shieldhouse there? Keep Shieldhouse in-house. See what I did there?
Don't quit your day job.
This is my day job. Who you kidding? Real funny. You got jokes tonight. You're on a roll tonight. All right, so before we move on to some more of our topics, let's grade the trades. For all four teams involved in today's craziness of the NFL, A.J. Brown trade. Tyler, what grade do you give the Eagles?
Eagles, they get a B+. Very close to an A-.
Okay. I'll give it a B+. I'm in agreement. I think it's a fair trade. You get a first rounder.
I look at it as you basically get your picks back. You take a little less with the fifth round, but you used them for, 4 years? 3 years?
4.
4 years. So, that's a good return for getting valuable years out of him on the team.
Like I said, you essentially almost got him back for what you gave up for him. So I'm cool. I'll go B+. Patriots, I'm going to give them an A. I think this is the wide receiver they needed to for a team that wants to get back to the Super Bowl. They're playing in a loaded
I give
AFC.
them A- for me. I don't.
Okay.
It's still a great trade for them. Obviously, it makes them a little bit better. Will they make it back to the Super Bowl? I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see that same run from them.
Well,
I
well,
feel
I'm
like
not
the
saying.
AFC is going to be a lot better this year.
Well, that's my point. I'm giving them an A because I'm not saying they're going to get back to the Super Bowl. I mean, Denver's going to come back this year. Kansas City, maybe if Mahomes is healthy. Chargers are going to still be in the thick of things if Herbert remembers how to play a game of football.
Me, I'm not banking on them.
You're still in a division with Buffalo, and I mean, I know they're. I mean, outside of Buffalo, that division's a joke. But you still have Baltimore, Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
Denver. Like we said, like there's going to be teams. I mean, the AFC South, maybe, depending on how Jacksonville looks. But the AFC, honestly, it's not. The NFC to me is more loaded right now than the NFC, than the AFC. I am not talking well tonight. But yeah, if you had that, like, hypothetical gun to my head, I'd say right now the NFC is more loaded than the AFC. So I think this is the Patriots taking their chance. Denver did it with Jalen Waddle, and now New England's doing it with A.J. Brown. So that's why I give them an A. For a team that wants to get back to the Super Bowl, they did everything necessary to. They've improved their defense. They brought in Kevin Byard, Draymond Jones. They brought in some really solid players there. And the Eagles get the draft picks that I think they needed. They load up on draft picks for 2028. They have 2 firsts now. I'm cool with that. So I'll go B+ for the Eagles, A for the Patriots. Dustin said Dustin's going here with Eagles getting A-, good haul for him, and they got rid of the headache. That's another big reason why I gave the Eagles a B+. Patriots get a B with the trade. Good player, but could disrupt a young locker room that had great chemistry. Yeah, but that's Dustin, but he's also back with who he wanted to be with. He wanted to be back with Vrabel, so.
Yeah, let's just hope he makes friends with Drake May.
Oh, dear God. Hitman, I 100% agree. I think both teams did break even.
They did. It was a very balanced trade. No team lost. Both teams got what they wanted out of
it. What's up, Georgie?
George, what else is new?
Yeah, did they put the flames out from the last time and just rekindled it? They're still going from the last time.
I think it's still going from the last time. It's still going from the fact that Deshaun Watson is their de facto starting quarterback as of right now.
All right, so in the past 2 weeks, the Cavs got swept in the Eastern Conference Finals, and Myles Garrett has been traded. At least the Guardians are in first place.
Oh, they are? I thought you were going to say an wait after that.
No, the Guardians are in
okay.
Well, to be fair, the AL Central in baseball is like the NFC South in football. It's a shit show.
Oh, nice.
You think this was bad? Wait till Tarek Skubal gets straight to the Dodgers in July. Hitting home is going to go set ablaze on that night. Oh, my goodness. All right, now let's grade the trade for the Browns and the Rams. Myles Garrett going to the Rams, and, of course, Jarrett Verse, a first-rounder in 27, a second-rounder in 28, and a third in 29 heads back to Cleveland. Tyler, let's grade the trade.
So I want to start with the Rams. I know all the great things I said about it, and I still stand by it. I'm going with a B- for the Rams.
Why does Anthony just come at Dustin with this comment?
Oh, man. Anybody with a heartbeat. Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Anthony just going crazy.
Yeah, I think Sam would have been dropping some dimes out there to Jettas at least.
Yeah. What sport do you think I played? Anyway, back to what you're saying, Tyler.
I'm giving them a B-. I get all the good things I said about the trade. It made them the most dominant team in the NFC, probably the NFL as a whole. But I'm thinking long-term ramifications. You're putting your team in a situation where they have to win the Super Bowl this year, or all of this was for nothing. It's not just make it to the Super Bowl. It's win it, or it's a bust for you. Because you're counting down the years you have left with Stafford, which, newsflash, it might only just be this year.
Nah, it's going to be at least 2.
At least 2? Okay. So
they gave him that. Well, they gave him that revised. They gave him that 1 year
true.
extension.
Yeah,
so he's guaranteed them that he'll be there for 2 more years.
But yeah, for me, that's what brings it down to a B. Now, the Browns, on the other hand, I'm gonna go B plus because I like all the picks that they got back from it. The fact that they got Jared Verse in it, they can definitely build around him. They can use the rest of those picks to continue to draft well, which they've been drafting well. Now they just need to put everything together, which means that they actually need a competent coach, and I hope that they have that with Monken. And they also need to get out of their damn heads that Deshaun Watson is starting quarterback, because he's not. Put him on the bench. Make him hold the clipboard. Or the Surface tablet. Let him hold the tablet like a little toddler.
Tyler, Haslam's not going to let that happen. He's been paying him too much money. Come on.
Well, you know what? Go sit in a corner and cry about it. Because if you want to win football games, Deshaun Watson is not the answer.
I'm going to do something with this trade that I don't think I've ever done on a show when we've talked about trades. George, that is absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, come on.
The guy gave them everything for.
Did they expect him to just pull a Joe Thomas and just sit in Cleveland and rot away his whole career and be happy when the retirement came? Come on.
All right, so I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to do something that I don't think I've ever done in the history of this show. I'm going to go A+ for both teams.
Wow.
It's like, it is like the Rams get the best defensive play. No, they get the best overall player in football right now. They get Myles Garrett, who's a first ballot Hall of Famer, who just broke the sack record coming off that tremendous year. You're adding him to a defense that consists of Fisk, Young, Turner, freaking McDuffie, Watson, Lake, like your Kitchens, Curl. Like you literally just loaded up a defense that was already loaded to begin with. You get the premier player at his position. And for the people that are saying, well, how they get more. So some people said, why did the Browns get more for Myles Garrett than what the Eagles got for A.J. Brown? Because Myles Garrett plays a more premium position.
And hold on, Myles Garrett is light years more important than A.J. Brown.
Yes, and it's based off their position. An edge rusher is way more important than a wide receiver. Debate a wall. But they get the premier edge rusher in the freaking league. That literally puts them as the favorite in the entire NFL. Not the NFC, the NFL. Do you know what the Patriots Super Bowl odds went to? It was plus 1,600 before the A.J. Brown trade. Do you know what their odds went to?
What?
It's still plus 1,600.
Oh.
Myles Garrett, I didn't look at the Rams odds, but I'm pretty sure they're the favorite now.
They were probably already the favorite.
They were. So they get the premier defensive player in the league. And again, the Browns made out well. Oh, they didn't get 2 firsts. Yeah, you got Jarrett Verse. That's your other first. I said it earlier in the show. If I put together a top 10 list of young edge rushers that I would trade Myles Garrett for, Jarrett Verse is probably in the top 3. So I get Jarrett Verse, yes, I'm losing Myles Garrett, but my defensive line is still going to be good because Jarrett Verse still puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Yeah, he hasn't had a double-digit sack season in his first 2 years, but he's young. He puts pressure on the quarterback. He's one of the best young edge rushers in football. I get him to my defense that I'm already loading up with young talent as it is. I get a first-round pick in 27, so now I have 2 first-round picks in what could be a loaded draft. And I get 2 seconds in 28, and I get at least 2/3 in 29. All for a future first ballot Hall of Famer who's probably going to be going down as probably the greatest defensive player I've ever seen. Maybe not the greatest of all time, Joe, Reggie, Lawrence. I don't want to take away, but from what I've seen, I wasn't alive for those 2.
Yeah.
This is the best defensive player I've seen in my entire life. So
well, now he actually has a chance to play on a team that can get him some other accolades that are viewed for first ballot Hall of Famers. Like Super Bowl winning.
Exactly. Hitman said it right here.
Yeah.
Spot on. Myles gets to go to a win-now situation, and the Browns get more draft capital and a young player to continue their rebuild. And I will say, they are rebuilding well. Their defense is looking really good. Offensively, they got some young talent. It's an A plus for both teams.
Okay.
This is the first time I ever gave a trade a double A plus. It's very hard to do, but I think that's the first time I've actually done it. So, but yeah. It's definitely a very wild day of NFL trades going around today. And God knows, if I hear Aaron Donald unretires next week, Unbiased is going to go into combustion again.
We might want to actually start keeping eyes on the betting odds for the Rams, because it's going to go up even higher if he unretires.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if he only plays like 10 to 12 snaps? Like, even that is still ridiculous. All right, Tyler, let's jump into some NBA Finals, because that was supposed to be the topic of the night. Tonight was supposed to be a strictly NBA show, but the NFL decided to go overdose and go crazy. Yeah. But on Wednesday, we do have an NBA Finals. It is the Spurs. It is the Knicks. And, chat, we want to hear your opinions. We did run a poll question yesterday on Facebook, and we are going to get into it right now. Who do you think will win the 2026 NBA Finals? I cannot believe how lopsided this poll question was.
Really?
64% of the vote says the Spurs. And only 36% says the Knicks. So, Tyler, I mean, look, if you want to start giving some of your thoughts on Game 7 on Saturday night, you can. If you want to go right into the NBA Finals, we can. Who do you think is going to win the 2026 NBA Finals, and why?
I mean, is it wrong for me to start off by saying I feel like the team that won the Western Conference Finals looked like they just played in a NBA Finals and won? I mean, that series between the Spurs and the Thunder was a classic.
Real quickly, Dustin, I did see that earlier. I'm very sad for Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, man.
And also, a longtime NBA head coach Rick Adelman passed away as well.
Wow.
Sad day in the sports world. Thoughts and prayers with them and all their families. My goodness, not a good day for the sports world. But anyway, continue what you're saying about the Western Conference Finals.
But I mean, it was a great series. It was an instant classic. I felt like I was watching the NBA Finals. And I felt like coming out of that series, whoever was victorious, I felt like they were the favorite team to win the whole thing. So that poll question doesn't surprise me as much as it may surprise you. I think the Spurs are just an incredible team, how they play as one unit. Now, the Knicks, they're another team. They play good team basketball as well, but a lot of it does hinge on Jalen Brunson. I mean, I'm just looking at some of the analytics for the game. The Spurs are 58% favorites to win. I haven't seen many teams find an answer for Victor Wembanyama. And that's what worries me about the Knicks coming into the series.
See, here's the thing. Now, I see Anthony is bringing up Cat here. Here's the problem, guys. You guys are assuming this is how the NBA is still played back in the early 2000s. Karl Anthony Towns will not be guarding Victor Wembanyama because Victor Wembanyama does not really play inside the paint. He plays a lot of the perimeter, and that's going to be where the guys like that's where the acquisitions of OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges are going to come into play here. Because OG is a great perimeter defender. Mikal, with his length, is an awesome perimeter defender. And I agree with what you said. I agree the Western Conference Finals were the best. That is the most basketball I have watched in about 8 years. That was probably the best playoff series that I have seen since the 2016 Finals between Cleveland and Golden State. And I do have a question, though, and it's actually an Oklahoma City Thunder question, because I understand the Spurs 1-7. I couldn't believe that they dominated the way they did in those last two games against the reigning champs. By the way, we are entering another season where we will have a new champion. I will give Adam Silver credit about that. He hated super teams. He got rid of them. Now we just have a really good team winning every year. I do enjoy that part of the NBA. Everything else I can't stand. I do have an Oklahoma City Thunder question. Jalen Williams was out injured. I know that. Chet Holmgren, do you have a pulse, my man?
Oh, I'm so glad that you brought that up. I mean, if you want to be considered, an all-star in the league, I need you to take more than 3 shots. Was it even? No, I think he got sent to the bench when he was still 1 for 2. They literally had to pull him out in the fourth quarter in a scenario where you would want a player of his supposed caliber on the court for another scoring option because he wasn't even attempting any shots. I don't care if he would have shot like 2 for 14. At least he was trying. He was 1 for 2 from the field. Are you kidding me?
2 shots. He didn't take a shot till after midway of the second quarter.
Yeah.
Dude, Jalen Williams has been battling a hamstring injury for a month, and we know a day off in between games of rest is not enough for a hamstring. Trust me, I was a basketball player. I think I had a hamstring injury once. I missed a month. I honestly think I shot around one time, and it was 2 weeks into the stop. I stopped playing for 2 weeks, went and shot around, woke up the next day, felt tender again. I'm like, yep, this ain't happening. So I waited 3.5 more weeks to play again.
And in a game where Shea plays, 43 minutes?
He played his behind
and
off.
He gave it his all. Took 21 shots, 12 for 21. He literally could not have done more. And then at the end of the game, when he's getting tired, he's still trying to create his own shots, trying to generate offense. Chet Holmgren forgot how to shoot the basketball.
A lot of people said when that Wemby dunk happened, when he posted him, they took every confidence that Chet had out of the freaking...
I think so, too.
And, that's the thing. Remember when we talked about this series? They refused to put Chet at the 5 to go against Wemby. Mm-hmm. Do you understand defensively what that could have done for OKC in this series? Isaiah Hartenstein, and this is no disrespect to Isaiah Hartenstein, not the fact that he got chased down, blocked by Luke Cornett, which, by the way...
Dude, that was an insane play.
That play is what changed everything.
That sealed the game.
Because Wemby gets that 5th foul, so he has to leave for a few minutes. Mm-hmm. And not only that, they turn that's the first play that he's out. They literally turned the basketball over. And for Luke Cornett to make that play in that moment was huge. And, I like what you used to say about the Spurs real quick, because I'll say one thing. The Spurs, I would still think Popovich is sitting on the bench. They play the same style. Yes. Even in this new NBA where it's a bunch of threes and nothing else, they still will pass up great shots for good shots.
It's Spurs basketball.
Yes.
Always will be.
Wemby had 22 in the game. He was very good, especially in the second half. But De'Aaron Fox, every time it felt like OKC was made a run, De'Aaron Fox shut it down. Dylan Harper's going to be a superstar.
He's already a star coming off the bench.
And he was just the second overall pick in this past year's draft.
Yeah.
Stephon Castle, awesome.
Ooh.
Vassell, Keldon Johnson, awesome. Julian Champagnie, just a quiet 20 in a game 7.
Oh, yeah, 6 for 10 from 3. No big deal.
Nice going, Sixers. But, and look, I know OKC was banged up. Chet wasn't hurt. He just mentally checked out, apparently. J-Dub out with the hamstring injury that bothered him the entire postseason. Caruso had the wrist injury. He could barely move his hand. Mm-hmm. But no, the Spurs earned it. They get to the finals. And just before we continue here, I want to get caught up on the chat here. Hitman is going, it's the Knicks series to lose. And Anthony, you're saying I'm putting money on OG, who hasn't had a good series. Anthony, OG Anunoby in the postseason this year is averaging 19 points per game while shooting almost 60% from the field and almost 50% from 3. The only reason that he's only played 12 games is he missed the last few against the Sixers because of his hamstring injury. And then he came back in the Cavs series, and he played okay, but he's recovering from a hamstring injury.
OG's
But I'm
great.
talking.
Are we expecting OG Anunoby to be the answer to slow down Victor Wembanyama?
No, I'm saying he is going to be one of the, because again, Wemby is 7'4", but he doesn't play like a 7'4" big guy. He plays a lot of perimeter basketball, which, yes, I know I texted you on the other night and I was a little upset with that, but that's just how I get. I'm an old school basketball guy. I like big men down the low block, and I don't change my ways with what I like to watch. But Wemby is different. He's a freak in nature. But that's the thing, because he plays so much offensive perimeter basketball, Cat's not going to guard him as much as you think. Cat's going to go up with Hartenstein.
Yeah.
But real quickly, let me just end my point with my OKC thing. The fact that we couldn't move Chet Holmgren to the 5 for a few plays in each game. Isaiah Hartenstein is a good player, but outside of 10 feet offensively, he's useless. If it isn't a roll to the rim or that freaking floater, which even Wemby can't block it, he doesn't bring you anything offensively. So the fact that you couldn't go small with Chet at the 5, which, by the way, Chet at the 5, he's 7'1", for God's sakes. And the fact that you couldn't get him to play the 5 a little bit to try to get you some open lanes to the basket, I have no idea. But yeah, so let me
I'm just reading some of the comments. Oh, man.
Oh, yeah, dude. The comments are roasting Chet Holmgren.
Oh,
Anthony said,
man.
Chet was a disappointment. Hitman said Chet was trash. Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Put the one up there. Newborn dough.
Rolling the night.
Throw it up there. That's hilarious. He was looking like a newborn doe. Stumbling and bumbling out there. Oh, man.
Chet Holmgren looked like the deer you hunt in Red Dead Redemption. They just look right at you like, oh, hi. Yeah, George, we did break that news a few minutes ago about Rick Adelman passing away. Larry Fitzgerald also losing his father today. Sad days in the sports world. But yeah, no, I'm definitely OKC gave it their all, and I'm not saying I'm happy the Spurs won and OKC didn't. I like what OKC's done. They've built a really good team, but I think OKC is going to do some construction of their roster this year. I think a more consistent number 2 option next to Shea is needed.
Yes.
They definitely have the capital, the draft picks, and the players to do it. And I think I have some thoughts about that for our NBA offseason preview, which we'll give after the finals. Anthony said Shea told Chet to give me the stuff back I gave. But yeah, no, and look, I get it. Like, the Spurs have the best player in the series. I think we would agree Wemby's the best player in the series.
Oh yeah.
But the Knicks they're playing really good ball. And yes, I will say the Spurs competition in the playoffs is definitely higher. They play in the West. They took out the champs. Yeah. But the Knicks, if you go back to the Sixers series, ever since like game 4 of the Atlanta series, they have been shooting the lights out on everybody. They are knocking down shot after shot. Cat shooting the ball well. OG shooting the ball well. Brunson, Mikal Bridges, Deuce McBride. Landry Shamet came to the team on a non-guaranteed deal and is shooting the lights out. Again, nice going, Sixers. But honestly, like, I think this is more of an evenly matched series than what people want to admit. I went with the Knicks. I'll tell you, I picked the Knicks. I think the Knicks right now are the team that, again, I understand that Wemby is the best player in the series. I know the Spurs play a style of basketball that we all can love and respect, but the Knicks are playing so hot right now. And again, they get another team on limited rest. Like, the Knicks have had time. They swept their way to the finals.
They did, yeah.
Now, I'll say San Antonio has a bunch of young legs. It's not like they got a bunch of old heads. But
exactly. I don't know,
Anthony. I'm not agreeing with this take whatsoever.
I won't say shut down, but I feel like they have more guards that they can throw around on Brunson.
Guards, they've got see. This is the one thing. These teams are equally the same. You have one big guy and nothing else but wings. You have Cat, OG, Bridges, Hart, who, by the way, Josh Hart's a big X factor because guess what? If that 3 ball ain't falling, they could play off of him and it could really hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
But no, if you look at the Spurs, it's Wemby, and then you have Vassell, Champagning, Castle and De'Aaron Fox, and then you have Keldon Johnson and Harper off the bench. But I know, and the one thing that scares me with Brunson in this series, though, is he loves that little low post game of his that he gets into down there with. You ain't posting nobody up if Wemby's lurking.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
But again, with the way the Knicks have been shooting this whole postseason, I mean, they've been shooting the ball like crazy from three. And again, I'm not saying that Wemby is going to be like, no one's going to shut down Wemby. It's impossible. But Wemby is very perimeter oriented. He doesn't post up a lot. And if he does, it's he mostly has a fadeaway jumper. He doesn't really post up into the low block a lot. He likes to get the ball and dribble it around the perimeter. You know, he loves taking a lot of jump shots, but the Knicks also, I will say, have the bodies to throw at him. Cat will guard him at times, depending on what they're doing, but you're going to see a lot of Mikal Bridges and a lot of OG Anunoby switching out on him because of the fact that he plays so much on the perimeter, because Cat cannot guard on the perimeter at all. If they try Cat guarding him in the entire series on the perimeter, Wemby may average 50.
I think Wemby's going to light them up in more ways than just shooting on the perimeter.
I'll disagree with your takes. I'll disagree with you.
It's his size, and not even just him. It goes back to just how well their team plays as a unit. Even when they make the subs off the bench, how they keep that level of play up. I mean, the Knicks have they've been the best team in the Eastern Conference. And I think it's just that.
Anthony, I love you with some of your comments.
That's probably the most valid take of the night.
Can he fit in a New York cab?
Oh, no. Not a chance.
Oh, my God. I just thought about that. Can he fit in one of their taxis? Need a double-decker London bus to pick him up from the team hotel. Holy. It's like this, right? You know, the taxi. Sir, where are we heading to? Cancel that fare. I'm out of here.
I mean, you want my prediction for this game? For the series, I should say.
I'm going to say, we going a game? We're going game by game here?
There's going to be quite a few games before we talk about this again on next week's show. My prediction for this series, Spurs in 6.
So you just broke Knicks fans' heart again like it's 1999.
Yes, I did. And I'm sorry. Sorry, Knicks fans. It may be better for the city's overall health. And I don't mean the fans' health. Uber X.
All right, Hitman. As a guy who frequently Ubers to and from work, I don't even know if Uber XXL would help there.
Anthony's going Spurs in 6 too.
Yeah. By the way, everyone in the chat, give us your finals predictions. What do you think the series is going to be? So Anthony's going Spurs in 6. You're going Spurs in 6. I'm going.
They're a good team. They're not going to get swept. It's going to be an interesting series. There won't be any blowout games.
No. I think the Spurs are the best team defensively that the Knicks have played. I mean, Atlanta, they're whatever. Philadelphia, give me a break. And the Cavs have James Harden and Donovan Mitchell. They haven't guarded anybody since their AAU days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll definitely. I think the series is going to be interesting. I'm still holding my pick. You know, I'm true to my word. I may have some bias to this since three of the Knicks are former Villanova Wildcats.
Oh, put your Nova Knicks away.
Nope. I think they are going to have some type of a game plan here for Wemby. I'm not saying they're going to slow him down or shut him down. It's impossible to do that. But
I think the Thunder thought they had a game plan for Wemby too.
I think the Knicks are a lot. Well, to be fair, the Knicks are a lot more healthier than the Thunder are right now. The Thunder had their second best scorer was out. Hitman says Knicks in 6, but he hopes the Spurs win. I do too. I like look. I love the San Antonio Spurs just as an organization. I love Tim Duncan. I love Pop. I love Parker, Ginobili. I love Wemby. I love all the guys they draft. I mean, I think Wemby, I mean, it took him only to his third year to get his team to a finals.
Yeah.
LeBron, it took 4. Kobe, it took 4. And Jordan, it took 7. don't talk about that don't talk about that though. That's a whole other conversation we'll have for another day. I'm gonna go Nick. I'm gonna stick to my prediction, but I'm gonna go Knicks in 7. I think this goes 7.
Wow. Knicks in 7. So who starts out? Is it the Spurs? We're
Spurs
kicking
are the
us
home
off?
team.
Okay, they're the home team.
So the Spurs will have 2 in San Antonio, and then we'll go
So
1-1,
you
1-1.
think the Knicks go back to San Antonio and beat the Spurs? You're out of your damn mind.
Hey man, I've seen teams go on to other teams' home courts and win big games.
They don't have LeBron James.
Really? Because I saw LeBron lose game 1 to the Spurs in 2014 and 2015, and 2013 and 2014. I saw Golden State go on LeBron's home court and beat him thousands times. What are you talking about right now? What are we doing
Golden
right
State.
now?
All right, we're not talking about Golden State. That's Golden State.
I saw the Spurs sweep LeBron in 07 off his own court. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
And do I got to bring up Game 6 against Dallas in 2011? Like, come on now. I can play this game.
All right, we're not talking about Dallas.
What do you want to talk about that? Like, what are we doing here, guys? Come on.
Yeah, what are we doing here? The Knicks aren't winning this series.
Okay, that's your opinion. I'm sticking with my pick. I'm going.
No, that's a fact. You know why, Sam? Because your picks always suck.
Congratulations. That's a story we don't need to be told every damn show. Thank you very much. But Anthony, I agree with you. Mikal Bridges is probably the guy who will probably get a lot of the Victor Wembanyama assignment on the perimeter because of his length. I mean, guys, like 6'7" with like a 7. He's got like a 7'6" wingspan, so you're going to need every inch of that against Wembanyama.
He still needs a step stool to help him out.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying they're going to try to. Cat's not nimble enough to move on the perimeter with Wemby.
Cat has no chains.
No. And Mitchell, and look, it's a shame because Mitchell Robinson, who is going to be playing through a broken finger, he has been such a key part defensively off their bench. But against Wemby, he is borderline useless.
Yeah.
That one, if Cornette's in there, that's where you'll see Mitchell Robinson a lot. But like I said, it's a shame because Robinson's been playing very well on the defensive end of the floor for the Knicks, and it sucks that Wemby's a mismatch for. Well, let's be real, Wemby's a mismatch for everybody. But the Knicks bigs don't match up well with him. Anthony, I agree. I think Vassell is a sleeper. My sleeper though for the Spurs is Dylan Harper because when Brunson's not in the game and De'Aaron Fox isn't out there, who is going to be going with Harper? Because I don't think McBride can guard him. I don't think freaking Shamet can guard him. Knicks don't really have a bona fide backup point guard. I would say the Spurs are probably a little deeper than the Knicks.
Yes.
Because, let's be real. Keldon Johnson could be a starter on a lot of teams.
He could. Starting role player, for sure.
And Harper should be a starter, but De'Aaron Fox has played so well that take your pick.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to go Knicks in 7. I think my Nova boys are going to continue their winning.
You were about to say Nova Knicks.
No, my Nova boys. No, I'm calling them Nova Knicks. They're my Villanova. They're my Nova Wildcats. They're the responsible for the most recent banners in the Xfinity Mobile Arena. So hold on. All right, guys. So to end the show tonight, as you saw last week, we brought it on Hitting Home a few weeks ago. But last week on Unbiased, we started a new game. It's called Beat the Grid. We take a grid from either basketball or football, and we, as a group, us and you guys in the chat, we give some names and we beat the grid. You got 9 guesses, and you have to get them all right, or you lose the grid. So this week, Tyler and I were talking, we were struggling. Like, do we do an NBA grid because of the finals, or do we do an NFL grid because of these big trades that happened today? So in honor of both of these, we're going to do one each. We're going to do an NFL grid and an NBA grid. So, Tyler, I'm going to go pull up the grid. You are going to keep close on the comments in case we get some good guesses from the fans here. So, we are going to start. We'll start with some. What do you want to start, Tyler? You want to start with the NBA or the NFL?
Let's go NBA.
All right, good, because I have the NBA one up already.
I'm already here.
All right, so you keep an eye on the comments, and I will do the grid. So here is this week's NBA grid. You have Mavericks Pistons, Mavericks, Lakers, Sixers, Pistons, and Lakers, Charlotte Hornets, Pistons, and Lakers. And by the way, also a Charlotte Bobcat would be a correct answer, and it's not about the
I got one for all rookie Charlotte.
Who you got?
I get a Kemba Walker.
Are you sure?
How do you feel about that? I don't know, actually.
I mean,
Did Kemba really come out his rookie year like that?
Or we could go LaMelo.
LaMelo would be a safe one. What about Chris Paul?
No. That would have been the New Orleans. That would have been New Orleans.
Wait, but still, wouldn't it would have still counted as the Hornets though?
I think the Charlotte Bobcats would only be the other answer for this.
No, because we did one the other day.
But that was the Pelicans. You got to think of
the New Pelicans. Orleans. You're right.
Yeah, it's not the whole. No.
You're right. Let's go LaMelo. Let's play it safe.
All right.
We can't start off with an incorrect answer already.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
I am going to look up Kemba though. I want to see if that would have been valid.
What if we get this wrong though?
Oh God, nah, there's no way.
There we go. I was scared for a second. All right. So there's one.
Kemba Walker was NBA All-Rookie second team in 2012. So that would have been a valid answer.
Good one. Another new commenter. What's up, Vernum?
What's going on, Venom?
Appreciate you checking out the show. By the way, all of our peeps on YouTube that are checking the show out tonight, please appreciate you guys hitting that subscribe button for us. We really appreciate it. Also hit the like on Facebook if you haven't already.
Venom, feel free, help us out with this.
Help us out with this grid. So we need a Dallas Maverick who's been an all-rookie team and a 76er. Now, I mean, I'm pretty sure VJ Edgecombe just was on one. Or you could go AI.
Yeah, I feel like AI is the obvious one.
I mean, do you want to go VJ?
What if we go? Was Iguodala all rookie?
Ben Simmons. Want to go Ben Simmons?
Ben Simmons was, yeah.
Let's go Ben.
We'll give Ben some credit.
Yes.
What if this is somehow wrong? Nah, all right, 17%. That's good.
Dude, he averaged like 16, 8, and 8 as a rookie.
True.
He was. All right, so Dallas. Again, you could say Cooper Flagg. You could say Luke. I'm sure Luka was there.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think outside the box. I mean, could say Dirk.
Did he?
Did he? I feel like Dirk had to have.
I don't know. Remember the European?
I'm not too familiar with the early Dirk days, but I don't know. I felt like he would have just been one of those guys that came into the league and was that dude.
It's a long time ago.
That was a long time ago. You know what? Go with a safe pick.
Who we going with?
Let's do. Well, we got to think ahead here, right? If we do Luka, then we can't do him for the Mavs Lakers one. But we could do AD for the Mavs Lakers.
You could do AD for this.
Oh yeah, right. They just had to be all. Dude, I've completely forgot. It just had to have been they played for the team at least one game.
Yeah,
but they were all rookies, so it didn't have to be for that team. Hey, let's do AD.
You want to go Anthony Davis here?
Yeah, why not?
What?
You're kidding.
He wasn't an all-rookie.
You're kidding. Hold on. No way.
You're telling me that Anthony Davis wasn't did not make an all-rookie team in his rookie season? Are you kidding me?
What?
That's ludicrous.
He was.
And he just played
first team in 2013. What?
Yo, the grid just cheated.
All right, challenge. Where's the challenge button?
Well, we can get an extra for.
All right, yeah, we'll give ourselves an extra one. That's ridiculous.
We'll come back. We'll come back to the Mavericks and the all rookie team. That's ludicrous.
Just throw Luke on there. Just do it for all rookie.
Oh, you want to get that one out of the way?
Yeah, let's just get it out of the way. Since
Okay, well
somehow
then
Anthony Davis wasn't the answer.
you better find a good freaking ex Maverick and Laker.
Put AD.
Yeah, I'm afraid to. I'm afraid to.
If it doesn't register that he played for the wait. No, he played
played for the
physically for the
Mavericks.
Mavericks. I had to think for a second, but yes,
Yeah, see, get out of here.
did.
Come on.
But how did it not register for him as all rookie team?
That's insane.
No idea.
Okay. So now we got Mavericks and Pistons. I think I have a decent one here.
Who you got?
Caron Butler.
Oh.
We cool with me wasting a pick on that guess?
I'm pretty sure Caron Butler played for both.
I know he played for Dallas. It's Detroit I'm worried about, so if we get this wrong, I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Look at that bald head.
Why do I always get the 0.06% ones?
I don't know.
Okay. Now, I understand what the obvious guess would be here. There's a problem, though. Andrew Bynum never suited up at a game for the 76ers.
Oh, he didn't? Not even
No,
one?
remember they traded for him, and he hurt his knee, and he never played.
Oh, my.
So, what I'm thinking for Laker... No, J.J. Redick coached the Lakers. Wait, does coaching count?
I don't think so.
All right, so we are looking for someone who's played with the Lakers and the 76ers.
Danny Green.
Oh, good guess, Kyle. There you go. Good guess. I was going to say Theo Ratliff, but I'm cool with going Danny Green.
Oh?
Don't act like you don't know.
You said Theo Ratcliffe?
Theo Ratliff. Come on.
Ratliff? Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Okay, of course you don't. Young heads. All right. So now we need a Sixer and a Piston. No.
Oh, wow, that's an easy one. Go on, your favorite guy. Your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tobias.
There we go. All right, so we only got one guess left.
We got two. We got screwed with
that's
Anthony Davis. We got two. We could still get this perfect. If we get it in two more, it's perfect.
All we had to do was switch these two, and we would have been perfect.
Yep.
All right, so we need someone that's played for the Charlotte Bobcats / Hornets, the Pistons, and the Lakers.
Oh, Venom had a good one we could have used for the Sixers Pistons.
Who?
Yeah, Andre Drummond.
That's obvious.
Man.
Yeah, Vernon.
Detroit?
Vernon, we just said it. We could have went with Drummond, but we ultimately went with Tobias Harris. But Vernon, help us out now. Pistons, Lakers, and Hornets. We need who? I don't even know who I would guess. This is tough. This is the tough ones. So we need someone to play with the Lakers, the Hornets, and someone to play with the Pistons. And who would I don't even know who to guess.
Dude, I don't have a lot of historical Hornets knowledge.
Yeah, right. Like, who am I guessing?
Oh man, did Dwight Howard ever stop by the Hornets?
Actually,
I feel like he might have.
You want to take a shot?
If you're feeling confident in it too, I think it's worth a shot.
Let's go.
Oh man, all right. We still got one guess here because we got screwed over with the.
No, we don't. We have 276.
You're right. But if we want to say quote unquote perfect grid,
Tyler, what a pull. Dwight Howard.
Dude, I don't know how I remembered he played for the Hornets. No idea. I don't even know what year it was.
Oh, Vernon had a go one. He went Malik Monk. That would have been a go one because Monk did play for the Lakers.
Yeah.
All right, Vernon, help us out. Can you get me a Hornet and a Piston?
Dwight Howard.
This
He played 1 year, 2017, 2018 for the Hornets.
God, we actually could have put that for the Sixers and Lakers as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because he spent a year in Philly, too. Let me just say this, that the entire 76ers row has given me very bad memories of a one seed going wrong.
Tobias Harris, Danny Green, Ben Simmons. Oh, yikes.
I'm not sure which one pissed me off more.
What could have been? Oh, man. Charlotte, Detroit, ew.
Yeah, like who played for Charlotte and Detroit?
Oh, my gosh.
No, I was going to say Seth Curry, but I don't think Seth.
Ben Wallace? I don't know.
No, we will not. I'm not doing that to them. I don't think Ben ever stopped in Charlotte.
I don't think so either.
No, because he went to he was in Detroit. Then he went to Cleveland for a small bit.
Mm-hmm.
Then ironically he went to Phoenix in the trade that got the Cavaliers 38-year-old Shaquille O'Neal. And then he ended up going back to Detroit. All right, so we need a Piston and who played for the Hornets and the Pistons? This is such a random.
Jeez.
This is such a random two teams. I'm trying to think. Did Cody Zeller ever play for the Pistons?
Cody Zeller? Wasn't he drafted by them?
He was drafted by the Hornets, but
I don't know if he played in Detroit, though.
I have no idea.
Oh, man. This is tough. This is where we lose it.
We have 276 guesses, okay?
Nah, this is where we lose it. It's over.
We ain't losing nothing.
Dude, who was that one center who played for the Hornets for those years? A white dude.
Zeller?
Zeller? I feel like there was another one. I don't know.
Vernon's going Christian Wood.
Oh, Christian Wood.
You know what? I'm going with it. I'm listening to the chat. I'm going with it. There you go.
Oh, nice. Good guess.
Good pull, Vernon. Good pull. All right, so it's not just me that gets the 0.0% ones.
Christian Wood. Wow.
There's a lot of Laker flavor on this freaking list.
Jeez.
Oh, I just thought of one that could have worked out. We could have went DJ Augustine.
DJ Augustine, that's a name.
Who was the center? Were you thinking of Zeller?
No, it wasn't Zeller.
Mason Plumlee?
Plumlee.
I think he just played for the Pistons this year. You may have been right.
Plumlee. That's the name.
All right, so that's the NBA grid. Let's go to the NFL now.
Ooh,
all right.
This is an interesting one. All
right, so
Super Bowl champ.
So we have undrafted Super Bowl champion, Seahawks and Rams Super Bowl champion, Seahawks Steelers, Rams Steelers, Cardinals Seahawks, Cardinals Rams, and of course we have undrafted Cardinals and Steelers.
Well, fortunately for Seattle Super Bowl champ, take your pick on which year you want to go from.
Can we just get weird and say Percy Harvin?
Go ahead. It's basically you got to think of someone who people are not going to think of because there's so many choices.
Yeah, got that one.
There we go. Nice. We're locking in.
All right.
I got an obvious one for Seattle Steelers.
Who you got?
DK.
Okay. Vernon just said who'd he say his team was
The
in the chat?
Rams.
All right, Vernon. Well, once you get some answers for the Rams, let me know. We'll type them in. And now Cardinals and undrafted. I got a good one.
Who you got?
Kurt Warner.
Ooh. I like that one.
All right, so Vernon, don't use Kurt Warner because I'm using him right here because I could think of a lot more easier ones for the Rams than Kurt. There's a lot of guys you could think here.
Ooh, I got one for undrafted Super Bowl champ.
Shoot.
Reed Blankenship.
You're sick.
Yes, I am.
Dennis is never going to talk to us again.
Ooh, 2%. Let's go.
2% or 2% milk. Look at that neck. Jesus.
Oh, my God.
My man is built like crazy. All right. So now we got Steelers undrafted, Seahawks, Cardinals, and we need the whole Rams row.
I got an odd one for Rams Super Bowl champ. Odell Beckham.
Was he on that team?
He was, yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's be real. Are you just going off of the fact that he re-signed with the Giants today?
No, I'm actually going off the fact that I hope it's a lower percentage.
All right.
What percent does that say? 8?
8%.
All right.
All right, Vernon, I need a Cardinal and a Ram, a Steeler and a Ram from you, and we still need a Steeler and undrafted. And we need a Cardinal and a Seahawk. Okay.
Cardinal Seahawk. I feel like there's a running back. Not like a starting one, but like a guy who might have been like a second, third string.
You better get the researching.
Oh man.
I'm not cheating. I'm looking up something real quick. Well, I'm not for this. I'm just
He's cheating.
So, no, I'm not cheating.
Seattle Cardinals. I want to get that one.
There was a defensive lineman that just was recent. I think that was just it was drafted by Seattle. I think he's with Arizona. I'm not sure.
Trying to think of journeyman backup quarterbacks. Did Bridgewater ever play for either Seattle or Arizona?
What makes you come up with that random idea?
I'm just thinking of journeyman quarterbacks that have been on like multiple teams.
I don't know. Anthony, I need your help on this too. You have a sick mind to think of stuff like I do. I need help.
Oh, man. I don't know if Bridgewater ever played in Arizona. I think he played in Seattle, though.
I think I have a sick guess for Seahawks Cardinals. I don't know. I know he played in Seattle. I just don't know if he's currently on the freaking Cardinals. I'm going with
I might know.
LJ Collier. I'm taking a stab.
Linebacker? Or am I thinking that? What position do they used to play?
Who, Collier?
Yeah.
No, I think he's on the Cardinals right now. I'm just not sure. Now. I'm going to take this.
You think you got it?
Let's go.
Oh, wow. Yeah, all right, Sam, who the fuck's that guy?
Some freaking edge rusher. I just remember the name. All right, Vernon's thinking. We got him on the thinking. I need Anthony, too. Anthony, where are you when I need you, man?
Anthony, we need you for undrafted Steeler.
No, you just got to think of somebody who played for the Steelers that went undrafted. They didn't have to play their whole career in Pittsburgh.
Good point.
Okay, this is going to be interesting.
You know, I really don't keep up with the undrafted players that much.
But yeah, you guessed Reed Blankenship.
Because he was on our team. Of course I know about Reed.
That is true. All right, so we need undrafted Steelers, Cardinals, Rams, and Steelers, Rams.
Undrafted. Cameron Hayward wasn't undrafted, was he?
No shot. Just for the S&Gs, I'm going to go back and look.
Yeah, I am too. We're not going to use it if he was, but I just want to find out.
If he was, you damn right I'm using. Yeah,
no.
first round pick of 2011.
Oh yeah, good luck. First round pick.
What are you doing?
I'm throwing out ideas, Sam. What are you doing?
I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Cam Hayward was picked 31st overall in the 2011 draft by the Pittsburgh Steelers out of the Ohio State.
Undrafted Steeler. Who?
This is
Oh, I thought they actually.
Oh my god!
Had someone from this year that I was kind of surprised by, but not super surprised.
Allen Robinson, and that's Rams and Steelers?
Allen Robinson, he played for, yeah.
Good job, Anthony.
Nice.
Oh, wait. What's that dude? Oh, my God. What's that offensive lineman's name?
14.
He played for the Steelers. He was with the Eagles in their training camp. He was a military veteran.
Oh.
It was under the Chip Kelly days.
Oh, no. Wait.
Vernon, we cannot use Kurt Warner because we used him for the undrafted in Cardinals.
Yeah.
So we cannot use them twice. Good. I like where your head's at, though. I was going to use Kurt Warner for that, but the undrafted and Cardinals was a little more difficult for me. So we need to think of a different name for the Cardinals and the Rams. Oh, my God. What is this offensive line? Alejandro Villanueva. Because he wasn't.
Because you're right. He was an Army veteran, so he wasn't a part of the draft.
There he is. Alejandro Villanueva.
Hey.
Bang!
Good guess.
I remembered him because he was on the Eagles, and I remember I was mad because he was starting. Of the freaking thing. I couldn't believe.
Anthony, that's a nice guess. We can't change it, though.
Yeah, I can't change the guess.
But honestly, I feel like Jerome Bettis would probably have a higher percentage anyways than Allen Robinson.
Yeah, don't ask what I just clicked on, so. All right, we need one more guess, guys. We need a Cardinal, someone who's played for the Cardinals and the Rams. That's not Kurt Warner.
Cardinals, Rams. This can't be that hard.
No, this really cannot.
Thinking. I'm leaning towards defensive side.
Wait. Rams.
Wait, what was the name? I missed that.
Sam Bradford.
Bradford. Wow. Sam Bradford.
So see, Vern, I'm giving you help me with that because you had me on quarterbacks. DJ Humphries, that possibly was another good one, but I was sitting here and I'm like, wait, LA Rams, St. Louis Rams, give me Sammy Sleeves. All right, great. That was good. Good job, guys. Chat, awesome help.
Good guesses.
Oh, my goodness. That was crazy.
You're welcome for the Reed Blankenship and Odell Beckham.
Yeah, right. That was good. That was good. Vern and Anthony, thanks for your help. Anthony coming up big with that Allen Robinson one. And
Yeah.
Vernon, I give you the credit for the Kurt Warner one. I just use it for a different slot. Oh man. So that was Beat the Grid.
Oh, always fun to do.
They are always fun to do. Always fun, a little game to have the chat come on with us and help us out with. With that being said, Tyler, do we have anything else we want to talk about tonight? It's been a packed show.
Oh man, other than, Go Birds, where we're getting our checklist completed before the season starts. AJ Brown finally traded. Feels like they closed out a chapter that was kind of looming over them.
Myles Garrett's a Ram.
Yeah, Myles Garrett's a Ram. Unbelievable.
So Vernon's probably 100% happy.
And Deshaun Watson's still starting quarterback.
Don't start. Nah, Vernon, I think everything in New England should work out just fine with them.
I think for
Anthony,
most teams it'll work out.
Yeah, Anthony, only a sick person like me would come up with Sam Bradford.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Came up with Reed Blankenship. What are you talking about?
How could you not? It's one of the easiest things.
All right, guys. With that being said, just a quick program update for this week. No Birds of the Gridiron this week. We are off. We'll be back next Friday. Made the Facebook post yesterday, hitting home beginning next Wednesday, June the 10th. We will be starting that show every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. However, this week, Hitting Home will be live on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So for this week, you get us on Thursday night at 7, and then next week we start our new start time on Wednesdays, which is 10 o'clock at night. So just to give you guys that little program update, and of course, Unbiased always live Mondays at 7, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So you have us tonight. I'm not sure about DA's schedule. I know I won't be on tomorrow. I'll be over at Arm & Hammer Park watching the Trenton Thunder open their season up. So that will be that. We have no Birds this week. Hey. Anthony, we'll talk about that when the time comes. Right now, we still have baseball this year. We got to appreciate it while we have it. So yeah, this Thursday, 7 p.m., Dustin and I will be live. We'll be talking Major League Baseball. They made a counter offer to the players. It's not going to get agreed upon. Nobody cares. Talk some expansion. Sacramento apparently put a bid in. I mean, they are hosting the A's until their Vegas thing goes through, so we'll see how that goes. Going to talk some Cleveland Guardians, and we'll play Beat the Grid for baseball on Thursday night. So, Anthony, if you have any sick baseball guesses, come tune in. I could use your help with it. So, guys, have a great rest of your Monday night. Enjoy your week, and we will see you guys guaranteed on Thursday for Hitting Home. Have a great night, everybody. For Tyler Adams, I'm Sam Nelson. Good night, everybody.
The following has been a presentation of 609 Sports Talk Radio.
Sam, what did you do?